Here goes my first real video, and it's not very good because, I'm sitting in a room that I just tried a wasp a while ago, and I am kind of scared, so I'm recording this while I do that. So if I get back to you and I'm like, oh yeah, I got stung, and I start screaming on camera, well, you'll know why. Anyways, let's start it out. Some people think that living in a different country can be one of two things. A, extremely different, or 2, extremely similar. Germany was both of these. Before I start this video, I think that it's very important to say that I was born in the United States and not in Germany. For Kansan, baby. Speaking of which, you pronounce Kansas as Kansas and Arkansan as Arkansas. So is Arkansan really pronounced Arkansan? Just a little food for thought there. I added that in. Germany may be both different and similar because I lived on a military base where schools had English speakers. Anyways, I'll probably make this a two-parter series because I have a lot of stories from Germany. Some are wholesome and some are extremely embarrassing for me, so we'll both somewhat enjoy it. Well, let me start off with the basics. We moved to Germany when I was in the first grade. My mom put me in an English-speaking school, not only so I could understand my material better, but also so I could make friends easier so I won't become a social outcast. Huh. Looks like that didn't work. We lived there for around half a year. Trust me, it sounds much better than saying 6 months. Anyways, I was part of a household that was good for the most part. One of the main things that stuck out to me while writing this script was that the bus I rode on when I went to school was purple. And there was many other things about it. My friends know this story well because none of them believe it when I mention it. When I went to school, I was picked up on a purple bus with red carpet on the inside. No joke, the bus driver played DJ music every day. Anytime I retell this story, my friends roll their eyes. I bet they will one day watch this video and roll their eyes again. That was not the only part weird about Germany. The most mind-boggling thing there was that there were hardly any bullies unlike the US I lived in before Germany. There was only one bully, but we'll get to her later. One of the girls I met there became my friend real quickly. Let's say that her name is Tina for anonymous sakes. Anyways, I talked to her at school every day. When I realized her house was not too far away from mine, I decided to take a day to spend it at her house. My mom walked me down there and we started playing. She makes me angry over something. I can't even remember what it was over. I don't know, let's just say she stole my cookie or something. That'd probably be something I'd get mad at that age. So suggest a game of hide and seek. Now this may not seem so harmful at first, but I wanted to scare her, so I decided to hide at the place that she could not find me. Her house was surrounded by a weird brick wall, and there was a large back opening near the back. So I took this opening and hid behind the wall. After 10 minutes passed, yeah, no joke, I stood here for 10 minutes just to pull off this prank. She is still trying to find me. I try to contain my laughter and conceal myself, and she eventually gets her mom involved, which gets my mom involved, and they all worry about me, and I pop out to reveal myself. Coincidentally, that was the last time I ever went to her house. Another big thing that I remember from Germany was this ice cream shop we would go to almost every day, where they would serve multiple types of ice cream. It was right outside my bus stop, so my friends and I would hang out there a lot. The only bad part was that they closed during the winter, so that sucked. So post note after that, I didn't really add too much detail to that paragraph, but it was a really big part. I just don't have much to say over it, so it's kind of weird reading that off. Another thing was the restaurants. I almost always got schnitzels. They are the equivalent of chicken fried steak, in case you didn't know, but with pork, so pork fried steak. Anyways, you could basically get schnitzel anything. Regular schnitzel, huge schnitzel, tiny schnitzel, schnitzel on bread, schnitzel on a stick, any schnitzel. It really made up for not eating beef because of the mad cow disease thing. Also, if you never had a Kinder Egg before, you were missing out. I know other countries have them, but they were made in Germany, so who cares? In case you've never had them, they're basically chocolate with a milk layer on the inside and another toy inside. the toy was almost always cheap, but it's the thought that counts, so. Also, the sweet chocolatey taste counts too, but whatever. On the topic of food, there was also this one kid who was allergic to everything in my class. He was allergic to soy, peanuts, milk, chocolate. Like, I had a grudge against this kid. I know he couldn't help it, but like, I couldn't eat any delicious granola bars, so we're kind of even. In fact, I once brought a granola bar to class while we were watching Reading Rainbow. Side note, Reading Rainbow was a jam in Germany. That's like the equivalent of a United States Bill Nye the Science Guy video. And he started, like, getting mad at me because he stared dead right at me and told me to put it away. So I ate it behind his back. Take that, Derek. Back to that one girl that bullied me all the time. So you know that most kids get the, if a insert opposite gender here is being mean to you, then that means they like you. I got that pep talk after a girl bullied me all the time. So after hearing what my mom told me, I went back to the bus and told her, "You're just doing it just because you like me." Nuh-uh, yeah-huh. So we just started screaming at each other, so that was an interesting encounter on the bus. There's more on that story, but I'll give you closure to it on the second part of the episode. I may do a different video and make a second part after that, or just make the second one right after this, who knows. And by the way, I didn't get stung by that wasp, so that's a good thing. I'm glad I didn't die. Anyways, you mayn't have a bad day, and I'll see you next time.